Hi everybody, this is Rose of Sharon and I'm back again with another movie review. I just recently saw How to Train Your Dragon 3, The Hidden World. And of course, this is the final How to Train Your Dragon film. And to be honest, I got quite a bit emotional seeing this one. And I was this close to crying. Didn't quite cry, but there were some elements in the film itself that hit very close to home for me. I'm not going to go into them. If you know me, then you know of what I speak. But it's just a very deep and profound film about love and loss, transition, change, that kind of thing. And I was just thinking about my friend in Norway. I rarely hear from him nowadays, but he's in Molde, which isn't too far from Oslo. And I told him, "Oh, I'm a huge fan of How to Train Your Dragon." And he says, "That's not accurate." I said, "Jan, I know this, but isn't it interesting that if you want to get to the nitty gritty of it, your music, I've heard Norse music, it's similar to Celtic music, but I think because they conquered quite a bit, that they decided, oh, we really like the sound of this. Why don't we incorporate it into our own music?" I'm sure that happened more often than not in the course of usurping territory and all of that. But needless to say, it's fantasy, it's a depiction that is inaccurate at times, or more often than not, and it's imagination at its finest. And there were a lot of moments, and especially since I've gotten a chance to see this in a Dolby Digital Surround theater, which was an upgrade from the original. They had reclining seats and everything. It was just positively breathtaking, completely mesmerizing. And it had a feeling similar to how I how I felt when I saw Avatar for the first time. It just had that kind of breathtaking quality to it. It was just absolutely gorgeous. Story was perfect. It had no lulls in it. It segued seamlessly from scene to scene. The humor between Rough Nut and Tough Nut was there in spades and was the best I had ever seen in all the films. And it was hysterical, touching, heartwarming, and just a good, nice little bow to put on a package and declare it as, this is our masterpiece and this is our gift to you. And we know you've waited forever, and the wait was, in my opinion, well worth it. It's nothing short of sensational, and it's beautiful to look at, and it's just wonderful. And if you're a fan of the other How to Train Your Dragons, then by all means go see it, because it's incredible. As far as movies are concerned, 2 thumbs way up, 5 stars hands down. You get no qualms, quibbles, or squibbles from me. But beyond that, I can't really say that much without giving the entire plot away, so I won't. It is a great family film. Yes, there are some moments that are perilous, but there's no real danger. Well, there may be some real danger, but it's just that knowing in the fact that sometimes life is fraught with risk. Well, life in itself is risk, but in the end, when you take a gamble, especially on love, it's well worth the price. And there are some really meaningful flashbacks in Hiccup's life that lead to that becoming the crux of the film and the vehicle of the plot. But nonetheless, I really thought that it was a fantastic film. It's phenomenally done. The voice cast is, bar none, one of the best voice casts I've ever seen, and they portray the roles to a T, and I adore it. I can't really say that much else other than the soundtrack was amazing, and as usual, as you would expect. What are you doing? My cat's being silly. Peanut, what are you doing? I actually had to duct tape one of my doors shut so he wouldn't get into stuff. What? What are you doing? Oh. Sorry about that. Getting into something he shouldn't get into. As usual. I had some Mexican food, leftover Mexican food, sitting out, and he just decided she's not watching this, so maybe I could take a little nibble on it. I caught you! Never mind. He thinks he can get away with a lot of things, but I'm smarter. Anywho, that's all I have to say, other than I'm still working on Genre Jumper. It's not easy to say, but it will be 13 chapters long. I'm currently working on, do believe it's chapter 7, which deals with Dulcinda's insecurity. Well, these insecurities are brought about by a lackey in the employ of our resident villain, Vittorio, who is so sardonic and so malicious. He is terrible. Terrible doesn't even define this man. He's an aberration. He's awful, and yeah, I love to hate him, but I really don't have that much to say about him. But as soon as I have this completely done, I'm going to publish it through Kindle so everybody can read it. And of course, my friend Gabe, who gave me the direction to do this, I give him all the thanks and the kudos in the world. I owe him immensely. I'm hopeful that these do well and I fetch a good price. If so, huzzah. If not, I gave it a shot, and that's all that matters. I really don't have that much else to say, other than it's March, finally. Thank God. But spring is coming, and I can't wait for the weather to get better. Till next time, live long and prosper. Ciao, Tootsie.